Okay, we're back with Ursula again because Ursula has this really cool thing. So we were walking along into Pamplona and you came up to me and you started talking about dreams. And you started writing down your dreams when?
20 years ago. I mean, the Camino is in celebration of having written down my dreams every single day for 20 years.
See, that's amazing that you can do that.
Yeah.
That anybody has done anything for 20 years, but you wrote down your dreams. So why did you start writing down your dreams, and what have you learned from doing this?
It's a very long story, but I have actually started doing it. But
so give me the short version.
The short version is it was a catalyst of doing a counselling course, and I had to be in counselling myself. I was just selling my house to somebody that came to look at the house. She was a psychotherapist. I asked her, what would you recommend? She says, come and see me, we can work with your dreams. And that was like a dream come true. So I went to see her, and after 10 sessions, my dreams were saying, do it yourself. And
okay, cool.
That was the moment I started, never looked back, never went back to the therapist, never went back to the diploma, cancelled everything, committed myself to interpreting my dreams every single day.
So you literally wrote down, like, how did that work? Did you do it when you woke up at night? Did you do it in the morning?
Every morning I would write down the dream. I would even make sure I wake up early, because you need to wake up naturally, and would write down the dreams. Then I would write down the symbols, and then the most important bit was to connect it to the previous day. Quite often it's an emotion that gets in touch with what happened the previous day, or just something that happened the previous day. It can be anything, a thought, somebody who might have said something, it can be anything. But the dream will help you to actually connect with that. So I feel every day I've done an alignment.
Okay, so what do you mean by an alignment? What do you mean by that?
Every day there's a correction, because we're all out of balance one way or another. So okay. I brought everything into balance. Every day one bit, next day something else.
So every day you'd learn something from the dream, yes, and then try to apply that to your life the next day.
It applies itself automatically.
It just happens as soon as you recognize it, it's there.
Yeah, and something happens in the morning and you say, that's got to do with that. And by 12 o'clock you're already being prepared for the next bit. It's a bit like fairy tales. it comes like 12 o'clock, and the same, if something happens like 3 times, I couldn't get in touch with my anger, because I didn't like angry people, so I didn't want to be angry. But I had to learn that anger is important sometimes. And I remember the first time I was shitting myself, thinking this is wrong, you know. And I was shaking inside, but nobody on the outside could see it. But the second time round, he felt half as bad. And the third time round, I thought, actually that feels quite good. And it started to feel normal. So I learned to assert myself when it was needed.
And that you pulled out of the symbols and so forth of the dreams you were having and writing them down.
Yes.
So 20 years later you have probably stacks and stacks and stacks of journals.
As high as the ceiling.
So now, 20 years ago to where you are now,
yeah,
as a result of doing all of this, how different of a person?
I'm a completely different person. I have changed from the inside out. I don't listen to outside anymore. What people say, what they don't say, what they do, what they don't do. I listen in here and act accordingly.
And act accordingly.
Yeah.
And that's what brought you to the Camino, to celebrate that?
Yes.
That's totally cool. So if you had to do over again, would you?
Yes, oh definitely. I feel everybody should be doing it.
Okay, so then let's leave this little note left for everybody that's watching. If they chose to do this, yes, how would you tell them to go about doing it?
I haven't got the clue.
So just begin like you did, write it down and see what happens.
Yeah, there was nobody telling me or whatever. It was just...
You listen to yourself and you
listened to my dream.
yourself.
I was fuming with my dream. How can you tell me to do it myself? I don't know anything. I haven't been to university. I'm not a therapist. What the hell? But I had the courage to listen to it. That's all it takes. Courage. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of patience. And the most important thing is to be honest with yourself 100%. 99 is not good enough.
That's a perfect thank you. And we now call her the Dream Girl, everybody.
Thank you very much at my age.
Okay, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you very much.